Hey guys, welcome back. And today we're doing scary stories with goddamn blankets and my kitty. Meow, 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 meow. And Venom is changing her name to Wolfie. Wolfie and Kitty. I like it. Dogs and cats, then whatever Venom is.
I have my sword and my shield in case.
Shield!
And I'm also wearing headphones in case anything gets super scary. And these are the type that go for shooting gunshots, so they have a microphone that can let me hear no loud noises.
And so today we're going to be watching first a
creepy creature. Yeah,
dun, dun,
it's
dun.
creepy.
All right, here we go.
Right.
No.
My name is Magda, and I'm 26 years old. I work in an office in the city. On the weekends, I used to love to get away from all the hustle and bustle and take a trip to the countryside.
Oh my gosh.
Luckily, I have a cottage in a small village which is located right at the
Like
edge
my
of the
grandma's old
forest.
house.
How I used to love to get out of the city and spend the weekend in my little cottage.
Pretty cool.
Why did I stop? Well, I'll tell you.
I tell you nothing.
After a hard week at work, I needed to rest, so I decided to get out of town. I went home,
Get out of town
packed
to
my
your
bags,
mom's.
threw them in the trunk, and drove off. When I arrived in the village, it was late in the
packing
evening
the
and I
whole
was tired
town.
from the long drive. I went straight to bed and fell asleep quickly. In the middle of the night, I was awakened by the sound of my car alarm going off.
Oh gosh, that's
I looked out the window, but there was nobody in sight.
goodness for
I found my car
technology. You don't
keys,
have to go
pressed the
out.
button to shut off the alarm, and the awful noise
And
stopped.
then walk back in.
I laid back down and tried to fall asleep. All of a sudden, the alarm went off again. I didn't feel like getting up, so I just grabbed my keys and pressed the button once more. Everything was peaceful and quiet again. However, 5 minutes later, the alarm went off a third time. Once or twice could have been an accident, but now I was wondering what was going on. Could someone be playing tricks on me in the middle of the night? I got up again and pressed the button to turn off the alarm. But this time, I didn't lay back down. I stood at the curtains and watched. After a few minutes, I saw something by the light of the moon. A shadow emerged from the bushes and slowly approached the car. I could just about make out the shape. It was something tall, skinny, and black. The figure reached out with its long, thin arms and knocked on the car. The alarm went off again, and quick as a flash, the dark figure retreated back into the bushes. At that moment, I realized what was going on and began shaking with fear. I turned off the alarm and continued to watch. The thing emerged from the bushes again, slid silently over to the gates, threw a hand through them, and removed the partition holding the gates closed. I was paralyzed with fear, and I couldn't move. My mind was overcome by panicked thoughts. What was it? What did it want from me? What was it doing? Would it ever go away? A shiver ran through my body, from my head down to my toes. My mouth was dry and my heart was beating fast. I was so tense, I was gritting my teeth and clenching my hands into fists. I regained control of myself and ran down the stairs as fast as my legs could carry me to the ground floor. I wanted to look for something I could use to protect myself. However, just as I was about to switch on the lights, I suddenly froze in my tracks. The dark figure was at the window. It was pressed up against the glass, staring in, looking to see whether or not there was someone home. I immediately ducked down behind the sofa and peered out. That's when I realized what all those tricks with the car were for. It was trying to lure its victim outside. I couldn't take my eyes off its hideous face. Its skin was the color of ash and covered with wrinkles. Its eyes were small, beady, and completely black. Instead of it having a nose, there were 2 ragged holes. It didn't have any lips, just 2 rows of sharp, yellow teeth. When it breathed, it was so heavy and hoarse that it was misting up the window. I just knew it wasn't going to go away. After standing at the window for a few moments, I heard a rustling noise as it came to the front door. I I watched as it tried to push its fingers through the gap under the door. The handle began to twitch wildly up and down. The creature emitted a chilling sound. It was not like a human voice. It was a deep, beastly growl, like an angry dog chewing on a bone. I knew that if it heard me, it would keep trying until it found a way to get into the house. I crouched down behind the sofa, hiding in the shadows and desperately trying not to make a sound. Tears began involuntarily streaming down my face, no matter how much I tried to stop them. I could feel my pulse pounding in my temples, and I was shaking like a leaf, just waiting for it to end. I don't know how long I cowered there. I must have been passed out. When I woke up and looked out the window, the creature was gone. The door was still in place and everything seemed secure. I've never been so relieved in all my life. I ran upstairs and looked out the window. It was light outside and there was no sign of anything wrong. Taking a chance, I grabbed my keys and without stopping to collect any of my things, I ran out to the car. I jumped in, locked the doors, and drove away from the village as fast as I could. I didn't stop driving until I got back to the city. When I got back to my apartment, I turned on the radio and heard a news report. The announcer said that, in the village, the dead bodies of 2 girls had been discovered. Their corpses had been mutilated and dumped in a swamp. I guess the creature found what it was looking for. I don't want to, but I am curious to know. What would have happened if I didn't make the right decision of sprinting?
It followed her. Oh my goodness. Oh well, that was the first one. Let's see, 1 to 10.
This next one, I've seen it like 2 times. I want to show you guys this one.
Oh wow.
Because it's super scary and it will make you not ever sleep again on Christmas.
Kitty and I. Meow.
It's Kitty Juice.
Hyper. It's so scary. It's scary like my
Junior.
mom. Except my mom ain't scary. Arf,
Cats don't go out. Cats don't go arf.
They go like
Dogs go bark.
meow, meow, meow,
Anyways,
meow, meow,
let's get to the next video.
Yeah.
That one was scary. That actually gives me chills.
Back at it again with number 2, son. All right, let's go. This one's called A Creepy Christmas. I know Christmas was like 2 months ago.
2 months ago, yeah.
All right, let's watch it. Come on. Let's get under our blankets. Get covered in warm.
It was November of
Sword
2006.
ready.
I was a 16-year-old kid living in the town of Altoona, Iowa. I went to bed early one night because I had to work the early shift at McDonald's. As I slept, I had a dream that I was running through downtown Des Moines, but I wasn't on a jog. I was running from something. As I ran around the corner of a building, I came face to face with my pursuer. A tall man wearing a trench coat and a top hat stood in front of me. The only thing visible of his face was his eyes. They were abnormally large with black pupils, and it looked at me as if it wanted something.
Scary.
After what felt like hours, he reached out his bony hand, as if he wanted me to go with him. I woke up violently from my dream, and after catching my breath, I peered around my room to see if I was safe. As I stood up from my bed, I noticed that I could see my breath. Feeling confused, I checked my window. It was latched shut. I then walked over and checked my vent. I could still feel warm air coming from it. As I sat back down on my bed, I tried to figure out what exactly was going on. That's when the figure from my dream appeared at the foot of my bed. I scrambled back to my headboard.
What do you want?
I asked, trying to hide the shakiness in my voice.
It will
With the
traumatize
same
you.
bony finger, it pointed at me. Growing up in a religious home, I believed what I was looking at was a demon. I
Yeah.
told the creature to leave. It just waved its finger at me, and with a low voice,
Ew.
it spoke to me.
Was it me?
Never leave. Always here.
The creature then screamed loudly and disappeared. A feeling of nausea came over me, and I vomited on my floor.
Oh,
The last
nasty.
thing
Why
I
is your
remember
vomit
was cleaning
black?
myself up and waking up to my alarm. It's been
Maybe
about
you
a
should get
month
a
since
bucket
I had
next
seen
time
the
to see
top
that
hat
creature.
wearing man in my
You can
bedroom.
use it to throw after
The
you
Christmas
bark,
season
wait
was
till
in
he
full
comes back
effect.
for a third
My
time and
parents
throw
weren't
the
home
bark
because they
in
got
his
invited
face.
to some kind of event. So it was only me and my 3 sisters at home. I had to wake up early in the morning for work, so I decided to go to sleep.
Sword, shield.
I rested my head on my pillow and closed my eyes. Not even 30 seconds passed until my sisters burst into my room and started singing obnoxious songs. This of course made me very angry, but I thought if I ignored them that they would leave me alone. This was not the case. As I pulled the blankets over my head, I started to feel the same cold feeling that I had in November. As the obnoxious singing subsided, I lowered the blanket below my eyes and saw the man standing in the corner of my room. In one swift motion, he charged towards me, and I blacked out.
Gosh. Yo, T.
When I finally came
That gives me
to, I found that my
nightmares.
sisters had locked themselves inside the bathroom. As I knocked on the door, they told me to go away. I asked them what happened, and all they could say was Mom and Dad were on their way home. I looked down and saw that my hand was slightly bloody. Holes were in the bathroom door, and a broom was sticking out of the wall. I then walked into the living room and found that there were knives stuck into the wall as well. The same wave of nausea passed over me, just like in November, and I threw up again.
Okay,
As I was
stop
cleaning
with
up,
the
my
bruh,
parents
bruh,
walked through the door.
Bruh.
My father immediately walked over to me and gave me a good beating. Then he sent me to my room. I went to bed crying, not from the beating. I was crying because of the confusion. I had no idea what was going on. The next morning, my sisters reluctantly sat next to me and told me what had happened. They said I got angry and chased them down and tried to hurt them. They said my eyes were red to the point where they thought I was bleeding from them. They said I sounded like a different person. In 2011, that was the last time I saw the top hat wearing man. I just moved into a new apartment, and after a long, stressful day of unpacking, I took a shower and got ready for bed. As I started to drift off, I could feel that cold feeling again. I lifted my head and saw the man standing in front of me. The man's eyes were red now. With a low voice,
Gosh.
just like on that November night,
Look, now it's my
he
mom.
looked at me and said,
Yeah.
Never leave. Always here.
Scrooge McDuck. Quack, quack.
Man, that was scary. I mean, if you
I'm
go
getting
back
goosebumps right
and
now.
leave,
Dude, go back to the part. Go back to the part where he jumps at the boy. That is scary if you don't believe it. Click, click. Go forward 10.
figure from my dream appeared at the foot of my bed.
Stalker. No,
yeah,
no,
such a
no,
stalker,
no,
boy.
Go back, go back, go back.
In one swift motion, he charged towards me, and I blacked out.
That's scary because
Dude, go back.
if
go
he
back.
felt the same,
Kitty,
no,
go back to the first
I
part.
gotta say something. Give me that. All right. Well, if you feel the cold, if you feel the same cold feeling with something weird,
Hide under your blankets.
no, it's like
And wait
get your
until
shotgun
sunrise.
out.
Well, I don't
Because
think-
I mean,
don't
he
think
found it 2
children
times
have
and
a
that
shotgun.
happened. So you should know that something bad's gonna happen and that you might die.
Here's a note. Anytime you feel cold in your room and it was warm before, that's actually the sign of a presence of a ghost. No lie.
Oh no! Where's the remote? Cat. Oh, here we go. Well, I gotta say something.
Comes right now.
Yeah, I probably have. But see you guys in the next video. I'm gonna really pressy. And so, thank you guys so much for watching.
already said
And
that.
me and Wolfie
Ow.
will see you in the next video. Bye. Ah!